Good morning, babes. Good morning. My anxiety is high right now because people here in California don't know how to drive. It's so bad. Like, I just got on the freeway and I've already been cut off like 6 times. And I'm not talking like, oh, somebody wants to merge and I'm calling that cut me off. No, I'm talking about people slamming on their brakes and just straight across. Anyway, today is, let me see what today is. Today is 11/14 and November 14th, 2024, just in case you're not watching this in 2024. And I am on my way to Winners Bingo Stockton. Um, and welcome back to another episode of Bingo Babes, Bumper to Bumper. I have not posted a Bumper to Bumper in a while. I feel like I have one that is supposed to be posted and I haven't posted it. I don't know. I'll be honest. A lot of my footage is just like floating in the cloud right now because I just don't have space on my phone because I'm filming so much stuff. And I'm not posting it because I can't download it. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. Chastity in the Discord gave me a great idea. I asked everybody, all the members, what they wanted to see for Bumper to Bumper. And I would love for you guys to comment what you would love to see for Bumper to Bumper. But her idea was, what if I did a Bumper to Bumper for beginners wanting to go to bingo? And I feel like, let me turn my maps back on because I don't know where I'm going exactly. I feel like I've touched on this. Letty has touched on this for sure. Like in line, look, that car just cut off an 18-wheeler. Please don't ever cut off an 18-wheeler. Anyway, sorry. I feel like we've touched on this before, but it does not hurt to go over this again because we have so many new viewers and we will continue to get new viewers, and so many people want to go to bingo. And I'm so sorry. I bought a new phone stand so that I wouldn't be shaky and I couldn't get it set up. But anyway, so first things first, you have to figure out, where are you going to go to bingo? So you decided you want to go to bingo. Where are you going to go? If you live out here in the Bay Area, there are so many halls you could choose from. You could watch us playing at these halls before you decide to go to one. Let us know if you want to try something out. We would love to. We can't always sit exactly by everyone, but because a lot of times we have tables away so that people aren't on camera. Like at Milpitas, we have a table away so that nobody's on camera behind us. Um, but we are more than happy to answer any questions you have. So first things first, you're going to search bingo near me. You're going to go on Google and you're going to type that in, bingo near me. And then you're going to see if there's any bingo halls that come up. If a bingo hall comes up, great, let's try it out. We're going to go on Facebook and see, does that bingo hall have a Facebook page? Now, let's backtrack a little bit. Let's say you search bingo near me and nothing comes up. There are a lot of states that don't have bingo, or they only have maybe like VFW bingo where you play for like, I don't know, paper towels and stuff like that, which is fine. We're not going to knock that because bingo is bingo at the end of the day. Um, but there are a lot of places that don't have bingo. So just keep that in mind. And you could always come travel and play with us out here in California. But let's say you find a bingo hall. First thing you're going to do, let's say you find Bingo Babes Bingo Hall. That's not a real hall, but we're going to just say you found that. And I do have my hands on the wheel. Don't worry. Let's say you find Bingo Babes Bingo Hall. You're going to go on Facebook and you're going to search Bingo Babes Bingo Hall. And hopefully that bingo hall has a Facebook page. And hopefully they have updated times, programs, information on that Facebook page. Now, I will say a lot of bingo halls don't. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you guys. A lot of bingo halls do not have that. A lot of bingo halls are still very old school. You might be able to Google the name and you can find a website where they have like, oh, we're open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We start at 6 and that's all the information they have. Don't be scared to call these bingo halls and ask them. Don't be scared to call these bingo halls and ask them. How much does it cost? How much money do I need to bring? What's the minimum buy-in? What's the maximum buy-in? Like, don't be afraid to call them. But I know sometimes a lot of bingo halls also don't answer. So a lot of it is going to be, you have to be a little bit brave. It's okay. I know a lot of people have anxiety, but you have to be a little bit brave and go to the bingo hall and ask questions. You can go into a bingo hall and not play. You can go up there and just ask, hey, I'm thinking, let's make that 8 times. Didn't cut off. Ay, ay, ay. Anyway, just go up there and say, hey, I'm thinking about playing here. I would love to know what kind of games you play, how much money I need to bring. Do you have a program you can give me? Do you have a flyer you can give me? What information can you give me? Don't be scared to just go in there and ask that information. You don't even have to stay and play if you don't want to, but just ask that information. So you found a bingo hall. You know they're open Monday at 6 p.m. You're going to get there when the doors open if you can. I know that's kind of hard for some people that have to go to work or they have to find a babysitter. At least try to get there 30 minutes before the game starts, just so that gives you time to set up, gives you time to buy extras if you want to get familiar, get you some daubers. You need extra time. If the program or the website or the Facebook says games start at 6 p.m., that does not mean, oh, GiGi, get there at 6 p.m. No. You need to be there at 4 o'clock, especially if you're a beginner, or no later than 5:30. So no later than 30 minutes before it starts, because you don't want to be discombobulated, rushing, trying to figure everything out. Okay, so it's Monday, you're going to bingo early, hopefully. Hopefully you could buy some daubers before you get there. Our Amazon store, that's the best. You can find daubers on our Amazon store. I will link it below. But a lot of bingo halls also sell daubers. But if you want to have your daubers before you go, that's great. Makes it easier. But you're going to want to make sure you also have cash. A lot of bingo halls do not take card, and you don't want to pay $5 to use the ATM. So just make sure you have some cash. Hopefully the Facebook page or the website has told you how much money you need to bring. I always say $100 is a great starting point, because that usually can get you your buy-in, some extra papers or extra strips if they have strips where you're at, or some pull tabs if they have pull tabs. I feel like $100 is a great starting point, but you could even start with less than that. Start with what you can afford to lose. Always stay within your budget. Don't worry about other people's budget. Stay within your budget. This is for you. This is for you to have fun. Don't stress yourself out trying to chase a bingo, especially when you're a beginner. You just got to you have to get used to play before you can go crazy. So it's Monday. You're there early. You want to walk into the hall and you want to find a seat. You can either look for an empty seat with no daubers, no papers, nothing on the table. Or you could just ask a worker. If you see a kind worker, just say, hey, I'm new. Can you help me find a seat? I don't want to take a regular seat. And they'll be happy to help you. Also, another thing about seats. If a regular wants their seat, trust me, they were there at 2 p.m. waiting in line to get their seat. So don't worry. And if you happen to take a regular seat and somebody comes up to you, even if they're mean, which they might be, and that's okay, just kindly say, I'm sorry, I'll move. It's a whole thing. People and bingo in their seats, it's a whole thing, and you don't want to get caught up into it. So you got a seat. Now you want to go get in line to do your buy-in. Again, hopefully the Facebook page or the website already had a list of the buy-ins. But if not, just go to the buy-in counter. And usually the buy-in counter, there's either going to be signs or there's going to be some sort of counter, and there's going to be people waiting in line at that counter. And you could just ask, is this where we buy in at, or is this where I get my papers at, or is this where I get my packs at? Just ask somebody. Don't be scared, you guys. You have to ask questions. You have to ask questions. Closed mouths don't get fed. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. And don't be scared because you don't want to mess up. You don't want to just be sitting there like, I don't know what to do. Don't do that. So when you get there, you're going to tell them, it is my first time here. It is my first time here. Can you please walk me through the buy-in? We've never had an issue with that. A lot of people have told us that they've never had issues with that. Don't be scared to ask that. And the person at the counter should be happy to help. If they are not happy to help, I'm so sorry that you have to deal with that unfortunate situation. And I'm not going to say that it's never going to happen, because it does happen. People have bad days. Stuff happens. But just ask them nicely. Hello, it's my first time here. I've never been here before. Can you please walk me through the buy-in? So whatever they walk you through, you're going to get the smallest one available. You don't want extra cards. You tell them you're a beginner, you can't play a lot, and they should help you. I will say you do want to buy at least one of each game. Not pull tabs. I'm just saying one of each game, whatever that bingo hall is selling. Here in California, you have to have a minimum buy-in to play bingo at a bingo hall. So if the minimum buy-in is $35, like at Dopper Kids, the minimum buy-in is $35. That gets you 2 strip packs for each program game, and you can sit there and play bingo all night. You're not going to have every single game. Like, you don't have your specials included in that. You don't have everything, but you are there. You could play, you could buy pull tabs, you could play, you could buy extras, but you have your seat in the hall with that $35. At Milpitas, same thing. Depending on what day it is, some days the minimum buy-in is $50. Some days the minimum buy-in is like $80 or $85. It just depends on the day. Again, you can look it up on their website or their Facebook or Instagram. You just have to look it up and see what you can find. And if you can't find anything, you gotta ask. So you're going to get the minimum of the minimum, and you're going to say, I want to play at least one of each game, and they should help you with that. Hopefully it's not more than $100, but if it is, that's okay. Sometimes it can be a little bit more expensive if the payouts are higher. For example, in Stockton on Saturdays, I believe, if you get like one of everything, it might be close to $100. But the payouts are like there's 3 games that pay 5,000. So it's just something you have to take into consideration. Another thing, you cannot split your buy-in unless the bingo hall specifically says that is allowed. So if you say, oh, me and my sister are going to go, we both never played bingo, we're just going to get one buy-in and split it. No. You will invalidate your buy-in, and if you win, you will not get paid. So do not split your buy-in. You both have to have a buy-in, which is why we suggest going somewhere where it's a little more affordable, a little bit cheaper, so that you both can maybe buy in, or you're not spending a lot of money just to try it. Okay? So now you have your buy-in. Now you're going to ask the counter person, do I need anything else? And do you do pull tabs here? If they sell pull tabs, or if they say, yes, we sell pull tabs, ask them, where can I buy the pull tabs, and how much are the pull tabs? A lot of bingo halls just sell the pull tab, like floor workers will walk around selling the pull tabs. And then other bingo halls, you have to go up to a counter to buy the pull tabs. If there's a counter, go up to the counter and ask, am I able to buy singles, or do I have to buy bundles? Now, for instance, here at Milpitas, when we play at Milpitas Charity Bingo, if you go to the counter, you have to buy stacks. Stacks are in groups of 20. So you cannot go, oh, I want one of those, 2 of those. No, you have to buy stacks, which is a group of 20 here in California. If you want singles, you have to get them from the floor, like people walking around with buckets. So just keep that in mind. Not every bingo hall is like that. Again, you have to ask questions. You have to ask, can I buy singles here? Do I have to buy them in stacks? How many come in a stack? that is an important thing to think about, because in Houston, Texas, a stack is $50. We went there talking about, oh, let me get a stack. $50. So just be careful when you say, oh, I want to buy a pack, I want to buy a stack, I want to buy whatever. Just be careful. Again, ask questions. Ask questions. Don't be scared. Okay, so now you're going to go and you're going to make sure you have a program. Before you leave anywhere, before you sit down, ask for a program. A lot of them have them at the buy-in counter when you buy in, and you're going to look at that program and you're going to study that program and you're going to read that program. And I will post a video on how to read a program, because that's a whole nother video itself, how to correctly read a program. But you have to follow that program like a recipe. Okay? If it says you need 2 lines on the blue border paper, you're going to look for that blue border paper, and that's the one you need 2 lines on. If you're playing strips and it says, oh, you need, on the bird and bacon strip, you're going to find bird and bacon, you need 1 line in each face, that's each square. That's what you're going to do. You have to follow it just like a recipe. It's telling you what to do. It's telling you how to win. Okay? So just keep that in mind. You need a program, and you're going to study that program until you're blue in the face and you know exactly what you need. Okay? Another thing, don't stress yourself out. Please don't stress yourself out. At the end of the day, bingo is supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be stressful. If you win, you win. That's amazing, but go there to have fun. A win is a plus. You're not going to win every time. It is impossible to win every single time. Contrary to Facebook's popular belief and all of our Facebook comments, you cannot win every single time. It's just not going to happen. There's just no way. So when you go to bingo, think about how you're going to have fun. You're going to learn. You want to learn to play bingo, and try to find, when you sit somewhere, if the people around you aren't very helpful, get up and move. Don't be scared to get up and move and find someone that will help you. When I used to play at Jackpot Bingo in Duncanville, Texas, Melissa's the manager. She used to sit people by me because I would help them. Or she'll be like, oh, it's your first time playing? So she'll be like, oh, GiGi, these people, it's their first time playing, so I'm sitting them next to you. And if you are a bingo player and you see new people and you are the type to help people, I know not everybody's like that. A lot of people go to bingo to tune the rest of the world out. They don't talk. They put their headphones in. I 1000% understand that. And I'm not knocking anybody that does that, because bingo is an escape. It is therapy for a lot of people. But if you don't mind helping people and you see new people, tell them, oh, come sit with me. I'm happy to help you. Or if you see somebody that looks lost and confused, help them out. If you don't mind. Again, you don't have to do anything, but if you don't mind, just help them out. Or just even let the workers know, like, oh, if there's new people, you can sit them by me. I'm happy to help. But yeah, bingo players, if you see somebody that needs help, help them out. Okay, so you're playing, you have all your stuff, you're ready to play. They're going to start the games. The caller's going to say, all right, let's go ahead and get started. Here are the rules. Pay attention to those rules. Pay attention to those rules, because every bingo hall has different rules. Every single bingo hall has different rules. Okay? I cannot stress that enough. Every single bingo hall has different rules. Some bingo halls don't pay sleepers. Some bingo halls don't allow, I don't know. Some people like to mark their pool tabs in their paper with pencils and pens and highlighters and stuff. Some bingo halls don't allow that. If you don't mark it with an auber, invalid bingo. The same thing they'll talk about, you can't split buy-ins. You must be 18 at some bingo halls. Some bingo halls you could be 7 and up. Some bingo halls is 21 and up. So you just have to really pay attention to the rules, okay? Once that's done, then they're going to say, all right, first game is, let's say here in California, let's say you're playing somewhere. They're going to say, oh, first game is 37 horses and blazing balls. You're going to look at all your stuff. Do you have 37 horses? Do you have blazing balls? No? Okay, you're not playing these games, then don't worry. But you got to pay attention. You have to listen, because when they say, all right, that game's done. Now we're going to play game 1 on the blue border paper, or it could say on the burning bacon strip or Betty Born Bad or whatever. That's what you're going to listen for. And you're going to know, oh, I have game number 1 with my buy-in, because you're supposed to get the games with the buy-in. And you're going to look at that, and you're going to look at that program, and the program says you need 3 lines, 2 lines, postage stamp, whatever you need. You know you're playing that. Don't be scared to ask. Don't be scared to look around. Look around and see what everybody's playing. That's a great way to know what are you doing. Look around and see what everybody else is starting to play. Look at, see if people have their blue border paper or their Betty Born Bad or whatever cards out. Look around and see what they're getting ready to play. Or also just look to your neighbor and say, this one? Just this one? And then when they say yes, that's another way to know what you're playing. Don't be scared to ask questions. I feel like I've said that 15 times in this video, but don't be scared to ask questions. Okay, I'm trying to think, what else would I tell a beginner? And I know there's so much more to this that I cannot do, 1, while driving, and 2, just squeeze in one video. So if you are a beginner, please comment down below. What do you want to know about starting to play bingo? Just let me know. What don't you understand? What do you need help with? Yada, yada, yada. There's so much to it. So anyway, a few tips that I want to talk about before I end this 23-minute video. Wow, sorry. Don't be scared to yell bingo. And I'm not talking about, oh, bingo. No. Yell loud. Bingo. If the caller does not say, oh, we have a possible bingo, hold your cards, or, oh, I hear a bingo, or anything that stops the game, he's about to call that next number, and you're done. You're done. Your bingo's done. You already missed your bingo. Don't be scared to yell bingo. Even if you think you had, don't be just sitting there yelling bingo like, oh, wait, how do I do that? Don't do that, because you're going to make everybody mad. But if you think you have a bingo, yell bingo. Yell bingo and check it. Yell bingo and check it. Don't be scared. Check the card. You might have bingo. You don't want to miss any money. Yell. Don't be scared. Yell bingo. What else? Trying to think what else. Clean up after yourself. Clean up after yourself. The worst thing is a new person coming, and now they're going to talk about you because you didn't clean up after yourself. Pick up your trash, okay? And another thing, when you win, or if you win, or even if you don't win, before you play, ask the workers, do they take tips here? Are you allowed to tip? Can we tip the workers? Or is it donation? Every bingo hall is different, and we have a video that talks about tips versus donations. I have another bumper to bumper video that talks about that. So just ask, because when you win, please tip or donate, whichever one they take. Please consider doing that, even if it's just a little something. It's better than nothing. But yeah, we have a whole video posted about that. But I could go on and on and on, giving you guys tips and tricks on getting ready for bingo. But I feel like that's a good starting point, is knowing where you're going to go, knowing what time they start, getting there early, ask questions. I can say that until I'm blue in the face. Ask questions. That is the biggest part, because every bingo hall is different. You could sit here and watch us play a certain way, and then you go to the bingo hall around the corner from your house and it's completely different. When I moved from Texas to California, completely different. Ask questions. I still ask questions. I still don't know what I'm doing 100% of the time. And that's why you ask questions, okay? Don't be scared. But this could be an easily 45-minute video, but I'm going to cut it here because it's pretty long. But comment down below what questions you all have. Lots of teaching videos coming. Keep the questions coming. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I'm on my way to bingo right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and comment your questions, and I just may answer your question in the next bumper to bumper. All right, you guys. Bye. I can't turn the camera off because I gotta drive, so I'll turn it off when I stop. Love you guys. Bye.